Welcome back to Coin Explorer. Today we're diving into a story that begins with a tiny piece of metal but stretches across centuries of history, culture, and collector fascination. Yes, I'm talking about the 2008 South Africa 20-cent coin. At first glance it may look small, ordinary, maybe even forgettable. But behind its golden shine lies a journey of identity, artistry, and numismatic intrigue that could change the way you look at the change in your pocket forever. So before you toss that coin jar aside or walk past a little coppery disc lying on the ground, stop. Because what you might dismiss as ordinary could actually be extraordinary in ways you never imagined. Let's roll back to 2008, a year marked by both global and local shifts. Around the world, economies were trembling under the pressure of the financial crisis. In South Africa, the nation was navigating through change, challenges, and the ongoing shaping of its democratic identity. Money, as always, reflected more than just economic value. It carried symbols, stories, and heritage. And among the coins minted that year was the 20-cent piece, a coin that South Africans held in their hands daily, but one that also carried the nation's emblem, its art, and its pride. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find the South African coat of arms, crowned by a rising sun, guarded by a magnificent secretary bird with outstretched wings, and anchored by a shield that represents community and unity. The year 2008 shines above, and the country's name, written in one of South Africa's 11 official languages, circles proudly around. On this coin it reads, Isewula Africa, meaning South Africa in southern Ndebele. Flip it to the reverse side, and you're greeted by something equally powerful, the King Protea, South Africa's national flower. Bold, resilient, and striking, the Protea symbolizes beauty, diversity, and survival. Right above it, the bold number 20 declares its denomination, with the little letter C marking its cent value. At first glance, this may seem like just another coin, but it is so much more. Let's break down its physical presence. Material. This coin is made of bronze-plated steel. That means underneath its golden brown glow is a strong steel core, while the bronze plating gives it that warm, radiant finish. Color. A shimmering golden bronze hue, designed to stand out but also durable enough to withstand years of circulation. Shape. It's decagonal, a 10-sided coin, which makes it instantly recognizable by touch. Size. It measures 21 millimeters in diameter and weighs around 4 grams. Every detail was carefully thought out by the South African Mint to make it functional, beautiful, and symbolic. Why this coin matters. Now, here's where the story takes a fascinating turn. The 20-cent coin might not be a rare jewel at first glance. After all, millions were minted for circulation. But in the world of coin collecting, rarity isn't always about how many were made. It's about conditions, variations, and stories. Some 2008 20-cent coins have been found with minting errors, slight misalignments in the strike, doubling in the lettering, or off-centered images of the Protea flower. And here's the secret. Collectors go crazy for errors. An ordinary coin in average condition may only fetch its face value. But a coin with a visible, authentic error, especially if graded by a professional service, could be valued in hundreds or even thousands of dollars in auction houses. Not millions, not lakhs, but real, collector-driven value that makes this coin more than pocket change. But value isn't just in dollars, it's in meaning. The Protea flower on this coin has been a symbol of transformation and hope in South Africa's journey. Just like the country, the Protea adapts, survives, and thrives in even the harshest conditions. Every South African who held this coin unknowingly held a symbol of resilience in their hand. Imagine this: a mother paying for groceries with a handful of coins, a student catching a bus with loose change, a traveler saving their last few cents for a phone call. Each of them touched this coin, and unknowingly, each of them touched history. That's the emotional power of numismatics. A coin isn't just metal, it's a story, a connection, a piece of life captured forever in bronze and steel. Now let's dive into the collector's lens. Coin enthusiasts, or numismatists, see this coin as part of a broader picture. They're not just interested in its 20-cent spending power. They're interested in its design variations, minting year significance, and condition. Grading plays a huge role. A 2008 South Africa 20-cent coin, found in circulation, scratched and worn, might only be worth its face value. But one discovered in uncirculated condition, shiny, flawless, graded as MS65 or higher, could spark real interest in the market. Auction houses have seen South African coins, especially error coins, sell for anywhere between $50 to $1,000 depending on rarity and grade. While not life-changing millions for a small coin once overlooked in a pocket, it's still a remarkable transformation. And remember, every collector's market is alive. Today's modest coin could become tomorrow's rarity if demand grows and supplies shrink. Here's where things get exciting for you, the viewer. That coin jar in your kitchen drawer, that forgotten stash in your cupboard. They could be holding not just cents, but stories. If you have South African coins, especially from the 2000s, it's worth taking a closer look. Check the year, check the strike, look for errors. And if you find something unusual, consider reaching out to a grading service like NGC or PCGS. What seems ordinary could turn into a collectible that surprises you. Even if it doesn't bring you thousands, it could bring you a connection to history, and that's priceless. Why do people chase coins like this? Because coins are time machines. They carry nations, leaders, flora, fauna, and cultures. They're portable history lessons. And in a world where everything turns digital, holding a coin is like holding on to something real, something solid, something unchanging. For collectors, the 2008 South Africa 20-cent coin is not just about financial worth. It's about owning a piece of South Africa's identity, preserving art and design in miniature form, and connecting with the everyday lives of millions. Let's not forget the symbolism of the King Protea. This flower is not just a plant, it's a national treasure. It appears not only on coins but in South African art, sports emblems, and national pride. The Protea represents change and courage, qualities that South Africa has embodied through its turbulent yet inspiring journey. By carrying the Protea on the 20-cent coin, South Africa wasn't just minting money, it was minting meaning. Imagine a young child in 2008 receiving their first pocket money, maybe just a couple of 20-cent coins. For them, it's a step into independence. Fast forward years later, that same coin, preserved carefully, becomes part of a collection that tells not just their story, but their country's. Or picture a traveler leaving South Africa in 2008, pocketing a 20-cent coin as a keepsake. Years later, that little coin becomes a treasured memory of their journey, their experiences, their connection to a land far away. That's the magic of coins. They don't just belong to the economy, they belong to people. So what's the takeaway? The 2008 South Africa 20-cent coin may not make you a millionaire, but it can make you something far richer. A storyteller, a historian, a collector, a dreamer. It's bronze-plated steel with a golden glow. It's the King Protea etched in beauty. It's the coat of arms declaring unity and pride. It's a symbol of a nation, frozen in time, waiting for someone, maybe you, to see its value. So the next time you come across a 20-cent coin, don't dismiss it. Hold it, study it, appreciate it. Because sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest stories. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, you'll stumble across that rare mint error, that uncirculated gem, that one coin that collectors dream of, and that could turn ordinary change into something extraordinary. Thanks for joining me on this journey, coin explorers. If stories like this spark your curiosity, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with your fellow treasure hunters. Remember, every coin is a piece of history, and every history deserves to be told. So keep hunting, keep learning, and may your next coin be the one that inspires you forever.